While Stadia is all about ditching consoles and PCs for the best game streaming experience, the one piece of gaming hardware Google did introduce is the Stadia Controller. It's the first game controller to feature built-in Wi-Fi, which lets it connect directly with Stadia in order to reduce latency. The Stadia Controller does everything it set out to, but it's a bit expensive at $69, or $129 if you got the Founders or Premier Edition that also comes with a Chromecast Ultra and 3 months of Stadia Pro. For about $40, you could get a DualShock 4 or an Xbox One controller, which both offer better buttons and triggers while working just fine with Stadia. Google has made some very pretty and minimalistic hardware in the past, and the Stadia Controller follows this trend. My Founders Edition controller is dark blue with 3 small orange accents as the only splash of color. Otherwise, the controller has a two-tone texture with a smooth top and micro-textured underside made of thousands of tiny little bumps. While the fit and finish of the Stadia Controller looks top-notch, it's not very durable. Even after just a week of using it and totting it around in my backpack, it's already developed several noticeable nicks and scratches. Within the first minute of unboxing the controller, putting on and taking off Google's specially made claw grip phone holder left a massive scratch on the face, and that's just from plastic rubbing on plastic. The design of the Stadia Controller is a mix of 3 main controllers you probably already have. It has the shape and heft of a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, the stick arrangement of a DualShock 4, and the face buttons of an Xbox One controller. The few unique things you'll find on this controller are a Stadia button that works as a home button. There's also a Google Assistant button to the left of that, but it was disabled during my review. Lastly, you'll have a share button that only takes photos when you're playing on a Chrome browser or Chromecast. In the future, pressing and holding this share button will enable 30 seconds of 1080p video capture. While reviewing Stadia, the placement of these buttons, where I would normally have start and options, drove me crazy. Google should have swapped the placement of these specialized functions with the side buttons. In terms of controls, the Stadia Controller has a great D-pad and bumpers, okay thumbsticks, and awful triggers. The triggers mostly just slide into the controller without any resistance, but at least they spring back immediately. The headlining feature of the Stadia Controller is it's the first of its kind to be equipped with an integrated Wi-Fi radio. This allows it to directly shoot control signals back to the Stadia servers rather than pipe those commands to your phone, laptop, or Chromecast Ultra first. By skipping this transmission step, Stadia avoids adding a few more milliseconds of lag compared to other game streaming services like Microsoft xCloud and NVIDIA GeForce Now. Playing Stadia with its official controller removes almost every bit of lag. Hitting the buttons on the controller feels almost perfectly synced with the action unfolding on my screen, and that's an impressive feat for game streaming. The most latency you'll experience with this controller is similar to playing with a console or gaming PC on a TV with slightly less optimal input lag. That said, the controller isn't completely essential for the best Stadia experience. Using an Xbox One or PS4 controller feels almost as responsive connected to any of the same devices, as they only add a few fractions of millisecond of lag. While you can use the Stadia controller just as a regular PC controller, it's not something I'd recommend simply because of how much more expensive it is over Sony and Microsoft's own controllers, which in my opinion are just better. The Stadia controller also offers plenty of battery life. I've been using the controller for more than 9 days now, playing Stadia for at least 3 hours a day, and it hasn't given me a low battery warning at all. That said, I've been playing with a variety of devices, including PC and Mac, which still require the controller to be plugged in, and this ends up recharging it a bit. The Stadia controller brings integrated Wi-Fi connectivity as its only new contribution to the controller conversation. That feature in itself is useful for Stadia, and it's not even entirely essential as you only save yourself from fractions of a millisecond of lag. From a value and button quality standpoint, you're better off saving some money and getting a better experience with an Xbox One or DualShock 4 controller. For more tech reviews, stick with IGN.